Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have Silven out on the VN server with his complete skill information. We're gonna break it down, go through it, and then talk about where potentially he could be useful. Global server will be having Silven on raid recruitment in 2 days from right now. So stay tuned, and we'll try to hopefully have more information by the global launch as well. Okay, so the ultimate ability will have 500 pre-filled energy, which is nice. Now, the effect is that Silven will summon 6 flying blades, which will rotate kind of around him. And then for the next 8 seconds, every single normal attack will launch the summoned blades at enemies, with each blade dealing 90% damage, okay? So basically, each of his normal attacks will be massively empowered, and actually hitting 6 times 90 is 540% attack multiplier for each of his normal attack. And like, if for example you think about bringing him into a boss fight, then for this 8-second duration, his normal attack is gonna be 540% multiplier. Now, this is not true damage. This is just regular damage. He's a magic damage dealer, and so I mean, for Dream Realm, this probably still isn't enough. But let's take a look at the rest of his kit. Now, Gravity Collapse. This one has a really low cooldown and 0 initial cooldown. So when a flying blade sent by Silven's normal attacks hits an enemy, it will leave a blade mark. And so obviously that has synergy with his ultimate, which is going to be launching those flying blades. After performing 4 normal attacks, Silven's next normal attack turns into Gravity Collapse on the enemy with the most blade marks. So basically, the enemy who he's targeting, like for example, this would be for like AFK stages, that hero is going to be stacked up with blade marks, and then every 4 of his normal attacks, so like attack speed will be scaling well for him, then he is going to be able to cast Gravity Collapse, and this will deal damage, knock down the enemy for 2 seconds, and detonate all blade mark on the enemy to deal an extra, again, just raw magical damage, not true damage yet. If Aloft Edge is active, increases the range of Gravity Collapse by 1 tile, so rather than just, knocking down one enemy, it can knock down, basically in a 2 tile area, because, it's going to be extended by 1 tile, so adjacent enemies will also be affected. And it will launch extra flying blades, dealing some more damage. And okay, so basically, a higher damage output. But again, it is just going to be magical damage. This is not true damage. And so for boss content, still not really looking like enough. I'm thinking maybe more PvP, maybe with this skill. Also AFK stages, but the problem is for AFK stages, we have Theodore, who's basically the king of knocking down enemies, and you group him up with, you group up the enemy team with Mihira, and then Theodore is just able to chain crowd control them. And so I do not see Silven replacing Theodore, because Theodore does his job so well. And then he also gives energy to a hero. So that's kind of the issue. I think other heroes do this better than him. Okay, Tempered Field. Now, this is the really interesting skill. His Tempered Field, this is what makes him unique. When a battle starts, Silven sets up a Tempered Field around himself. It increases his range defense, so he's tankier by 48. Not bad. That's actually pretty high. So he's not going to be as easy to kill, so for PvP that's good. Maybe even AFK stages. While the field is active, Silven's flying blades sharpen when passing through the field, dealing extra true damage equal to a percentage of the target's maximum health. This goes up to 1.6% of the maximum health. Up to a percentage of his attack. Now, when you're talking about boss content or even high deficit AFK stages, you're always going to be hitting the cap. So like, these numbers don't really matter. But for PvP, like, I mean, it is going to be a lower amount. Now, the thing is it says flying blades sharpen when passing through the field. And now you have crazy synergy, because there's a Aloft Edge. This summons 6 flying blades, and all his normal attacks will launch all the summoned blades, and they're all going to be amplified, dealing this extra true damage. So let's say each normal attack you're dealing, like, you have 6 blades flying, if his ultimate is active. So then you're basically dealing in true damage 6 times 14%, which is 60. 6 times 4 is 84%, which is still not that much. So it is kind of strange because like, you know, with all the blades getting this enhancement, you would think it would be big. But like the problem is each blade only hits 14% attack multiplier true damage. That's really low. And honestly, I mean, I don't know, Blightstone Dreamwell boss because you can like normal attack, but then the thing is he needs to keep recycling his ultimate because it only lasts for 8 seconds and then he's not going to have the flying blades anymore. So even for Blightstone, I don't think he's going to work because he needs to cycle his ultimate. So for Dream Realm, I just do not see it. Honestly, I don't see it so far. I think that his kit is too it doesn't have enough damage, at least to me. The numbers are not high enough. And that's really bad for him because really his only kind of potential meta usage was some Dream Realm, but like these numbers are not high enough. And for AFK stages, like we said, you have Theodore, so unless you need like the Lightbearer Phantom, which you definitely don't want this season, it's basically the worst Lightbearer Phantom this season. So yeah, okay, moving on. Hero Focus is increased attack speed by 33 during battle, and that makes sense. He scales over attack speed because it allows him to summon those blades faster and, you know, get that enhancement of the true damage by passing through the tempered field. Like, I mean, if you had massive attack speed on him and you're also cycling his ultimate every 8 seconds, I can see how you can get some decent damage output, but I still don't think it's enough. Definitely Twins would be his best ally because they give him haste, and haste is basically a combination of attack speed and also cooldown reduction. And then also Twins give energy refunds, so like the hero can, you know, cycle ultimates more. Twins definitely are the best ally, but still, I don't see him working Dream Realm. Like, you know, Shemira's damage is way on another level. Like, if you look at her skill and how much true damage the ghost deal, that's way higher than whatever this Silven is gonna be getting off. Okay, his exclusive skill, Oath of Fealty. Now, this is the Oath of Fealty, sorry. This is the interesting part. When Silven receives a temporary stat buff from an ally, he immediately recovers 300 energy. And so, like, again, with Twins, that's gonna help. Because the Twins are gonna give him, you know, the haste buff. And then he will immediately recover 300 energy. And also gain 4 penetration. What? Only 4 penetration? 8 penetration? The 8 penetration is almost non-existent at that point. 300 energy is nice to cycle as ultimates, but... And then he also... it's permanent. Okay, I understand now. Permanently gain 8 penetration, and you keep... for example, if you can keep cycling your temporary buffs, he's going to ramp up more and more and more over the course of the battle. And, you know, Twins are going to keep reapplying their haste buff. So this one is actually... this exclusive skill may allow Silven to ramp up enough to actually have decent damage output. I'm still not convinced that he's going to be great, but this is good. Like 8 penetration permanently each time you get a temporary stat buff. And if you have like the Twins in the team, what else? You have Valara. Now Valara, I don't know if it's counted as a temporary stat buff. And she kind of probably only applies it once when the full circle is activated. Because those are the heroes you're going to see in pre-endless Dream Realm, right? And then after the effect triggers 2 times, Silven gains an extra 15% attack. And he also permanently increases the attack speed of both himself and the ally by 16. Now that is also a really interesting effect. Permanently increasing attack speed he scales really well off of. And then he's also boosting the attack speed of the hero who buffed him, which also has value. Because obviously you'll want to have everyone on the team attacking faster. So if the ones that buff him attack faster, that's interesting. And you know, you could use him with Pheromore. Pheromore is actually a temporary stat buffer because he provides an attack buff and he reapplies it every 10 seconds. So yeah, I mean, Silven Pheromore combo potentially for a pre-endless Dream Realm. And yeah, I think his exclusive skill is pretty solid overall, and it really, it does boost his damage output and utility even for the team for boosting attack speed to your allies and also permanently increasing his penetration. Okay, finally, Enhanced Force. When up against powerful foes, Silven's Knightly Spirit kicks in, allowing him to deal 25% more damage to enemies whose current HP ratio is higher than 50%. So this is good for even PvP, because when you begin the battle, it's good for Dream Realm, especially Endless Dream Realm. Pre-Endless, like, you know, eventually you're going to drop the boss below 50% health, but for Endless, the boss has infinite health, so he's always considered to have over 50%. So basically a 25% damage amp just from his own kit. That's basically like a Rainier debuff. without needing to use the Rainier. But it's only for himself, right? This is only amplifying his own damage, individual damage. But this is also good. Yeah, I mean, overall, Silven's kit is pretty decent. Like, I can't say that it's totally bad. However, I still, honestly, even though it has things going for it, I just find it really hard to believe. Because when you compare Silven to a hero like Shemira, I can just show you the trial stage. Shemira deals so much true damage, and that is why she's the queen of pre-endless dream realm. And the other thing is, you might be thinking, well, can we use him for endless dream realm? No, like, true damage dealers fall off in endless. That's why Shemira is not the top in endless dream realm. All the teams are Galahad, Alisat, and things like that. You hardly use Shemira, and so definitely you're not going to be using Silven either. Okay, now I am going to show you, to compare things, just to put things into perspective, we're going to show you Shemira. Because Shemira, she is the queen of pre-endless right now, and we want to show you her true damage output. So if you see this here, when a ghost attacks its target during Shemira's ultimate, it deals extra true damage equal to this, which percentage of maximum health, like in boss content, is going to hit the cap, which is 90% attack. And each one of her ghosts hitting 90% attack multiplier true damage. Okay, and if you take a look at this, her active, she summons 10 ghosts, and the percentage of ghost damage drops to 50% when they're struck with 15. And you know, it keeps cycling. You keep cycling the ultimate, and also these 10 ghosts keep bombarding, keep re-bombarding onto the target. And so that's why I don't think Silven can compete with this damage output. However, Silven's kit is interesting, and I wouldn't count him out yet. Like, we will have to wait and see, of course, from the testing VN server. Today, we unfortunately can't get a good showcase because it's the Nocturne Judicator boss. And obviously, dedicated damage dealers are not using Nocturne Judicator. You just use buffers and debuffers. But in the coming days, we should be able to see if Silven is meta at all. We're going to have Magmazard tomorrow. Necrodraken he won't be because he's a hero which stands still. He doesn't move around, and you need to move around for Necrodraken. Yeah, the other bosses, he has a chance, though. Apart from Doom Scourge and Blightshroom, I mean, he can get energy boosting by allies temporary stat buffing him, but, like, I don't really realistically think it's going to work in Blightshroom because, you know, he needs to keep cycling his ultimate, and if he can't do it, that's a problem. He doesn't have any shield for Glooma, so those are kind of the issues. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about Silven. Are you excited for him? Are you planning to wait and see, or are you planning to pull him? Let us know in the comment section down below. But definitely, it's always best to wait and see. We also have Sleaze Banner still running, and I will make a final verdict video basically on Sleaze if you should pull her, but I kind of want to wait for Silven and his testing to decide, okay, because if, for example, Silven is an easy skip, then, you know, maybe more people can justify investing into Sleaze. But if Silven somehow proves to be useful or important, then obviously it's going to change your decision on investing into Sleaze or not. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.